Welcome back to this Moneycontrol live stream. You're watching Closing Bell with me, Nandita, Khemka.
And I'm Yatin, Mota.
Well, Yatin, another day of triple-digit cut coming in on the Wall Street. The Nifty, of course, dropped below that 22,200 mark as well today. But the good part is that the breadth was holding out today, and the advance decline ratio was tilted in favor of gainers. So the broader end of the markets managed to outperform the benchmarks today. But if you look at the sectoral movers today, Yatin, Nifty IT Pack, saw a huge drubbing today. The index has dropped below that 200 DMA. Of course, we have had TCS reporting numbers, but Infosys will also be reporting its numbers on Thursday. Top Nifty loser today, 3.5% kind of downtick coming in on Infosys. Of course, Street will be watching out for the guidance. The FY25 guidance is likely to be in the range of 2 to 6%, conservative one, and of course it could be a second straight quarter of revenue decline for the company as well. So this was the top Nifty loser. Aside of that, India Bank, Wipro, Bajaj, Finserv, Tech Mahindra, HCL Tech, JSW Steel, TCS, all these technology names were among the top laggards. On the gaining front, Eicher Motors, Divi's Lab, Titan, you had HUL, ONGC. ONGC, by the way, yesterday was the top Nifty gainer, 5.5% today as well. Despite the hike in windfall tax, the stock held out in trade today. But Yatin, broader end of the markets managed to outperform today. The Nifty small cap index was in the green. Take us through the movers and shakers there.
So I think the overall market breadth was slightly better despite a gap down, Nandita, and probably that is the reason why the advance decline ratio was also broadly 3:2 on the NSE. Now sectors like media, FMCG, pharma were doing well, especially the defensive pack was doing well. In the gainers, we have stocks like Exide and Amara Raja batteries moving stronger in trade. In fact, Exide and ARE, both stocks were up nearly 10 to 12%. Aegis Chemicals, that also is one stock which is on road shows, and that stock moved 8% higher in trade. Sterlite Technologies, SW Solar, Patanjali, Schneider, BDL, all of these stocks also did well. In general, there was some buying seen in FMCG stocks and PSU defense stocks. Also, if you look at auto stocks, there was a selective buying which happened in all of these names. But overall, it was a weak trading session with IT stocks taking a beating, Nandita. Overall, given the fact that we have been falling consistently for the last...
Right, the FPO, 18,000 crore rupee FPO opens and it will close on the 22nd of April. But a lot of interest around that, given the fact that it is of course a large FPO, and a lot is riding on that FPO in terms of fundraise for the company, because it's looking to roll out 5G as well, right, within the next 6 to 9 months. But take us through the key details of that FPO.
So, first of all, it's a 18,000 crore rupees FPO, largest ever, because the largest till date was Yes Bank at 15,000 crores. So, follow on public issue, one of the largest. Price band of the IPO or the FPO is fixed at 10 to 11 rupees per share, which means that from the current market price, a 15% kind of a discount is offered to the investors. When it comes to the anchor book, Nandita, a lot of reports in the media, and we have a lot of speculation as to good marquee names would come in. Remember, today the anchor book also opens, so by evening you should have the anchor book details as well. Tomorrow is a holiday, so the issue opens on Thursday and closes on Monday. And as you can see, the market bid lot for retail investors is at 1,298 shares. The application amount would be close to 14,000 rupees. So do watch out for this IPO. Obviously, the management is talking about a turnaround in their overall subscriber churn. ARPU should move up once the tariff hike happens moving forward. Obviously, no timelines have been given by the management. But yes, a lot of things that could move in favor of Vodafone Idea moving ahead, including the Supreme Court curative petition, with respect to the AGR dues. The matter is sub judice, but yes, that could be a booster for the entire telecom sector, especially Bharti as well as Vodafone Idea.
And of course, a duopoly kind of a situation in the telecom space could be averted if, this works in favor of Vodafone. But of course, the last stock that we're going to talk about today is, a multi-bagger stock, so to say, Varun Beverages. It has lost some bit of fizz in recent times, Yatin. But remember, ever since it has listed, every year it has given positive returns. And in fact, the returns have been, 18x since its listing in 2016,
Correct.
Yatin. Of course, there is a positive report from Morgan Stanley on this particular stock. They have initiated coverage with overweight rating, target price at 1701 rupee per share, which implies a 23% upside. Of course, Morgan Stanley believes that, Varun Beverages has a solid track record of scaling domestic as well as global opportunities, and that coupled with strong profitability is something that will ensure that this company, which is PepsiCo's largest bottling partner outside of US, continues to outpace the food and beverages industry here in India. In fact, Morgan Stanley expects a 19% kind of a revenue CAGR over the next 3 years. In fact, it also says that the stock is better placed versus peers, and valuations according to the brokerage are also very reasonable compared to other players. It is the preferred pick in the consumer staples space for Morgan Stanley, and of course on the as I mentioned, on the valuation front as well, the stock is better placed. But recently the company also started production of soft drinks at its Gorakhpur unit, so that's another update coming in about the stock. Of course, the stock has surged 90% over the last 1 year, but over the last 1 to 3 months it has come under some bit of profit booking, Yatin.
Absolutely, and with the heat wave coming in, Nandita, the street is also hopeful that there could be some higher beverage sales, but Varun Beverages on your screens almost 2% higher in trade today.
Well, of course, tomorrow is a market holiday then. We've seen 3 days of incessant selling on the Lal Street. Let's hope Thursday sees some bit of buying support at lower levels and we manage to, come back above that crucial 22,200 mark for the Nifty. But with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Closing Bell. Thanks a lot for tuning in. But of course, have a great one-day break and come back and join us on Thursday at 9 a.m. But for now, it's a goodbye from me and Yatin. Stay tuned to Moneycontrol for all your other news and updates.